Hi there, Rick Yohn speaking. As we continue our study in the book of Revelation, I am amazed that with all of the diversity in the Bible, there is tremendous unity. Now, by diversity, I'm talking about the fact that the Word of God was written over a period of, say, 1,500 plus years. It was written in 3 different languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. It was written on 3 different continents. It was written by, 40 authors. And over a period of, as I said, 1,500 plus years. And many of these men did not know one another because they were living in different areas and they were living in different centuries. And yet, when you take these 66 books of the Bible and you begin to compare one book with another, you find tremendous unity within the book. Now, why am I bringing this up now? Well, in order to understand the book of Revelation, you should know something about the book of Daniel, because you have the same language in both books. And both of those books are prophetic books. And as Daniel talks about 4 major kingdoms, that one of which occurred in his era, he said there'd be 3 others after this kingdom. And you go back historically and you see how one kingdom built upon another. First there was the kingdom of Babylon. That's the time in which Daniel lived. Then came Media Persia. These 2 countries came together and conquered Babylon. Following Media Persia came the country and the power and the empire of Greece under Alexander the Great. And following the Greek Empire came the Romans. And so you have the Roman Empire. And what is interesting, when we read about the Antichrist, you find that he will come from that last kingdom, that 4th kingdom. And in the scriptures, this kingdom is known as a beast. And this beast came from the other kingdoms. And so when you think in terms of the Antichrist, you have to go back to the book of Daniel to see the progression that is given there to help us to understand where this man is going to come from. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that in order to understand Revelation, you should know something about the book of Daniel. And when I was in Bible college, we had a course entitled Daniel Rev, Daniel Revelation. And it was my privilege to sit under Dr. Charles C. Ryrie for the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel. And he was able to take the difficult and present it in such a way that even I could understand it. And let me challenge you. One of the assignments that Dr. Ryrie gave us was to go through all 22 chapters and come up with a word or a phrase for each chapter. And even to this day, I can think my way through the book of Revelation just by coming up with a word or a phrase for each one of those chapters. You might want to try that. Read through the book of Revelation and come up with a word or a phrase that describes it. Now, you may not understand all the interpretation of it, but give that a try. Because one of the most important things is to be able to think your way through the book of Revelation, or to think your way through any other book of the Bible. So think about that challenge and begin your reading through the book of Revelation. Remember, that's the only book of the 66 books of the Bible that promises a special blessing to those who read it, to those who hear it, and to those who apply it to their lives. Thanks for watching.